Hello, hello. This is Sobanjo. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you're all doing very well. Today, I'd like to just find out what's going on, questions, and what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? All right, so let's see who's going to join live. But today, I want to go ahead and talk about just following the idea of time. Okay, we've been talking about time. We said how to find time. We talked about how to actually set priorities last week. And today we're going to look at the aspect of actually when you've made the time, what can you do? Okay, now if you're there and you have issues around, how do I actually manage my time to the point that I'll be able to actually now start a real business or grow my business, okay? Because, some of you may already have started your business, but for some reason you can't seem to find time to do your business. Now, a lot of times, you may also be at a point, okay, let me even just start from the point of, you may also be at a point where you would love to have an extra $1,000, $500, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, maybe more, coming into your family, into your purse, into your account every month. And it's actually possible. It's actually very possible. And it's not possible for other people out there and not you. It's possible for you as well. Okay. Even if you're very busy. Okay, if you look at yourself right now and you're thinking, I'm just too busy. I've looked at my time, and the only thing that I have, the only time that I've been able to, cut out is just the extra 30 minutes to an hour that I use, that I do on social media. And if you are still at the point where you're thinking, but I don't want to let go of social media, trust me, this is not about letting go of social media. This is about repurposing the time that you use on social media to actually make money. Okay, there's lots of, let me just tell you the fact. There are so many things that people share on social media that are business related. Okay, and I'm not even talking buy my product. I'm talking, you see a cute baby and you forward it to a friend. There are links and different things attached to that is bringing somebody somewhere money. Okay, and or sometimes it's just the number of views. Okay, so for example, if you like this, now this one I'm doing in my group, and so that means that it's not going to be, it's not something that you can share with other people unless I put it in YouTube and then you share it from YouTube, right? But there are many other people that do things on Facebook, and they would, do this viral videos and different things like that, and you share it. You actually help them make money. So they are on Facebook, they are on social media, they're on Instagram, they're on, all of these platforms, but they are not just being entertained. Okay, so I want you to know that for a fact, that whatever it is that you're sharing on Facebook, or or what have you, there are ministry, messages and different things that, as you're sharing them or as you're consuming them, you're actually making them money. And you would also have seen that sometimes you're watching something on YouTube, or even in YouTube, on Facebook, or even in YouTube, that you'll be watching something and an ad will pop up. You see, those ads are paid, ads that people get paid, to do their, stuff. So if you have people that have viral videos that are really good out there and you share it, you've already enabled that person to make extra money. Okay, and the number of people that watch, the number of people that share, the number of people that connect, and comments and all these things, they are actual real money. Okay, so it's extremely important that you pay attention to some of these things, because if you look at your schedule and you still have a little bit of, an hour or even 30 minutes, okay, even if you start with 30 minutes, and you say, this 30 minutes that 30 minutes that I spent on Facebook or on Instagram, I'm going to repurpose that. I'll still stay on Facebook and Instagram, but I would use that with the mind of making money from this time. Okay. Now it's just a shift in the mindset, because if you don't pay attention to that, you would notice that time is going, you think you don't have time, and other people are using exact same time to make money. If you're joining me live, please say hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay so I can connect with you. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments so that I can answer your question. But while I'm waiting for your question, what I want to do is I want to show you just a few things that you can do to actually, turn what the little time that you have, you can maximize that and actually start making some extra cash. And it doesn't matter where in the world you're at. It doesn't matter where in the world you're at. As long as you have the time, you have the internet, you have people, you can connect with, you can make money. Okay. Now, the very first thing is this. When you're a very busy person and you don't have time like everybody else does, as a matter of fact, this morning, and for the next couple of months now, I'm going to be having meetings, at my church, because I'm a pastor. For those of you that don't know, my husband and I pastor a church, and we started in 2005, and over the years, we've planted different churches from city to city. And so, right now I have to do my meetings. It's my other job. Okay. So I have meetings, from 9 to 5. So it's not like I have the whole of, the time I'm just sitting down. Okay. So I had to adjust this morning. I'm starting later, but next week, because I'm also, doing some communication with Nigeria and all of that, so it's a lot going on right now. I'm hoping that I'm still live. Yeah. So it's not like, time is not there. Thank you for the like. It's good to hear you, and I'm really glad that you're joining me. So if you're there and you're thinking, I don't have that time, I don't have that energy to, or I don't, thank you, Destiny and Mosetta, I'm glad that you're there. I wanted to say, so if you're thinking you don't have time to do what it is that you want to do, you don't have time to do, what you need to do is this. What is the basic minimum thing that I can do to actually lead to money? What's the basic minimum thing that I could do? Now, that would be the number one thing that I want you to pay attention to. Because you see, in every business, in every niche, in every type of business, there are things, that are essential. Okay, that if you pay attention to, if you focus on, okay, you would actually soon start to make money. Within the next 30 days, you can start to make money. Okay, for some, it would even be way faster than 30 days. Okay, but because it depends on what it is that you want to sell, your knowledge, and and it's always good to pay attention to what exactly is it. Okay, now a lot of people will think that what I need to spend my time on is I should, make it look so beautiful, make it look so, really grand and really, shiny and flashy, but trust me, that if it's not going to bring money into your pocket, I mean, just look at that activity and say, if I do this, okay, say, for example, let's say you're building, you're doing a page for yourself, your Facebook page for your business, which is a very good thing to have, by the way, because then people start to, take you seriously. Okay, so let's say you're putting a Facebook page together. You can say that, I'm going to put, you can go to a tool like Canva. Canva is Facebook is free, right? Canva is free. You go to Canva, you design a very basic, Facebook cover, and you design it and you put it on your Facebook page. Now, there's a tendency, okay, for you to think that I need to spend the next 3 hours designing a logo. Okay, and you design that logo, and then you put it this way, it doesn't look so good, then you do it this way, then you do it this way, then you do it, after a while, you look at your time, the same time that you think you didn't have before. Now you're spending that time on designing a logo. Now, that logo, the truth of the matter is this, that nobody knows you right now. Nobody cares about the logo that you're designing. You're actually wasting the time that you didn't have. And so you might as well move away from that. Because if it's not going to add up to some good income, like right now, okay, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to waste the time, building all these gizmos. Now, the fact that I said you need to have a Facebook page is enough. You can, in short, there are many people that have bought from me, and many of my clients never went to my Facebook page or to my website. That's why I'm not even saying to website. At the beginning of your business, you don't even need a website. Now, depending on what you're doing, if, for example, you're going to be building websites for people, you might as well have a website, right? Because they would like to see what you've done, so that they will say, exactly this type, this is what I want, for my business, right? Like for me, for example, I help my clients actually build their websites, and we put, their client attraction, generation system together in place, and so it's something that became essential in my business. But at the beginning, many of my clients, in short, at the beginning of my work, many would say, and I would even send it to them, and people are coming with their credit card, with their, to pay thousands of dollars. And I'm asking them, did you visit my website? And they're like, no, I didn't see it. Okay, so it's not, if your business is not related to building websites and all of that, then you don't need to worry about having a website. All you have to have is a place like a storefront online that people can see what it is that you do and you help people do. Okay, so that's one very important thing. Make sure that what you're spending your time on is something that is directly related to whatever it is that you're trying to the kind of business that you're trying to build, and the return that you're expecting to get from that particular business. Okay, so videos, you can also get carried away doing videos, video editing. You can record a video like this. You record it for 10, even maybe 5 minutes or thereabouts, and you put it in iMovie or Final Cut Pro, or whichever tool that you use. I use iMovie because I use Mac, and you can stay there editing a video, okay, on YouTube. I mean, that you're going to put on YouTube. You can edit a video, a 5-minute video. You can spend another 1 hour or 2 editing that video, making sure that video is really good. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, this video editing that I'm doing, is that what's going to pay me? Okay. And if that's not what's going to pay you, then you might as well not waste the time doing that. So you have to ask yourself, yes, the people need to see my video, but that's not what pays me. Okay. Like right now, I would record my video, right now, this video, I would record some of these videos and I'll put them exactly as it is in YouTube. You know why? You know why I don't do all those recordings? Sorry, YouTube viewers, if you're watching this, it's because YouTube is not paying me anything right now, and I'm just putting it there, okay, as a bank. Okay, and the reason why I put it there is many of my people in my group say, I'd like to share this with other people. How do I share that? There are some of my friends that are not on Facebook and they would like to watch what you're doing, and this is the reason why I'm putting it on YouTube. And if you're watching from YouTube, please, subscribe if you've not already, so I want to, encourage you that when you begin to look at, I don't have time to do what I'm doing, to actually make the money, you can actually repurpose the time that you already have. Remember, social media, the time that you're spending on social media, you purpose that and use that to do your business. And you now start to ask yourself, okay, so then now that I have that time, what exactly is it that I have on, what can I do on my social media that would actually bring money? Now it comes back to, what kind of skill do you have? Okay, what kind of skill do you have that maybe you've helped people with over the years? It could even be things that you've done, as a job before. It could even be the same job that you're doing right now, okay, that you're being paid for right now, okay, but you're being paid to stay in the office from 9 to 5. But now you have 8 after, say you've given your family dinner and all of that, and you still have between 9 and 11 or 9 and 10:30 that you always, check what's going on social media. That time you can ask yourself, who are the people that need this value that I have? Now, look at the kind of questions that people have asked you before. Now, a lot of times what this, when it comes to actually selling your wisdom and selling your, things that you're passionate or things that you enjoy doing, the challenge, between people moving from doing it, as a passion and actually bringing money from it is, we most time think that a lot of people, we think it's so easy, nobody cares about this, okay? But the reason why I always like to start from there is, it's not true. You think that nobody cares about that, but you look through your own experience. Has anybody ever asked you questions on that topic? Okay. If anybody has ever asked you questions on that topic, trust me, people need help in that field. Okay. People, and those things that you are able to do easily for yourself, you would actually realize that there are people out there that would pay you to guide them to do it, whether as a coach or consultant or even just, just a service provider. Okay. Now, whatever it is that you're passionate about, whatever it is, you may have even sold things in the past and people are like, where do you actually source some of these materials that you're selling? Okay. Where do you, how do you make sure that it's profitable? One of my clients, and I'm going to just try to paraphrase this so that I don't give out information, was selling goods and would go internationally, source the international goods and sell it. And many times she sold, at the beginning at a loss. And I'm talking huge money that she invested. Now, how many people like her, would go internationally like that and are still wasting money because they need, the tools on how to make sure that they are doing their calculation properly and making sure that they are managing things properly. Now, what you now do, if you have that skill, is you become a consultant in that. You help them set up systems, you help them, put things, together that will save them money, that will save them time, that will help them manage, all of their resources well. These are the list is endless. The kind of service that you can be providing for people. It could even be, something for mothers that are new to mothers, to being mothers, okay, and maybe they're going back to work, okay. Always remember, you always want to say, why would they pay me, okay? Why would they pay me is the next question to ask. But I want to always say, it's, one of the things that, one of the interviews, I heard an interview, about some of the activities that millionaires, do. Is one very big one is that they actually do what they enjoy. Okay, think about that. They do what they enjoy. That's the business and the activities and the work that they do. It doesn't mean that they are passionate about it. Passion is very good in that you must love what you're doing, but loving something and enjoying something, they are two different things. Okay. So if you love, to shop, for example, you love to shop, for yourself, you may not really enjoy it as a job. Okay, so it's important that you find a way to design it in a way that you would actually still enjoy it. One of the things that I do with my clients is, after we've nailed down your idea and we know exactly what it is that you're trying to do, we want to put an element of ease in it. Okay, because remember, we don't have so much time. Many of the people that I work with, you don't have so much time to waste and to dilly-dally and perambulate about things that you really because there's no time, right? So we want to make sure that even though you're going to be doing this thing, because when you start a business, it is a real work. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of things that you need to put in place, a lot of processes and little pieces, and there's a lot to learn, different skills that you need to acquire, different things that you need to do. You need to be able to market yourself. You need to be able to market your service. You need to be able to market the solution that you're bringing to people. You need to be able to help the people to know that working with you will bring them further faster. You need to be able to do all of these things. However, we want to make sure that it's things that you enjoy. And if you're here, most of the people that are here, you want to make a difference. You want to change lives. You want to help people. You want to use the solutions that you've acquired over the years to solve problems in other people's lives. And if that's you, then you're in good place. So you want to make sure that you're not wasting all that time figuring things that are not necessary, and you're doing things that you really, really enjoy. And then the next one is the last point that I had in the last week. Then you just do it. Okay, you just do it. You just put it on your schedule and just do it. Okay, now if you need to get help, this is one of the reasons why my clients would say, how can I work with you? And I'll be very glad, if you're out there and you want to work with me, I'll be very glad to show you the steps to take in order to for us to work together. But you may need to buy books if you're not going to hire a coach. A lot of people would get to the point, because it's not cheap to get accountability. It's not cheap to get the support that you get, to get the time, to actually cut out of my own time to spend time with you. It's not that cheap, to get, support like that. However, what you can do to get yourself further faster, if you're not at the point where you can afford coaching yet, what you can do is you can consume all the materials and take notes and actually, give yourself, action steps, that you're going to take, this is exactly what I'm going to do. This is when I'm going to do it. And then, if possible, find a friend that can actually support you through it. Okay, if you can't find, now the best is to find someone that has done it to stay with you to do it. Okay, but even if you're at the point that you can't afford to hire a coach to get help like that, you can find a friend, and take that friend and say, here are the steps that I need you to guide me on. Or just ask me questions, keep me accountable. Okay. And before I could afford, to hire coaches that would help me with my business, one of the very first, and I'm still so grateful to her, is Andrea, one of my friends. When I was going to write my very first book, she actually put it in her own agenda, and she said, I'm going to call you was it call or text or email? I can't remember, what it was. And she would send me whatever the thing was, whether it was a call, every single night. Did you write a chapter today? Okay. And the first few days I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. After a while, I had to do it. I had to begin to say to her, you know what? Yes, I wrote half a chapter. I wrote half a page, and that was what I needed, because accountability. Okay. And obviously, if you are at the point where you're thinking, I would really want to work with, someone that would, I would suggest that if you don't have, I would suggest that if you're at the point where you can't afford, to invest in yourself in a big way, like hiring a coach, where, for example, if you don't have money saved up, for investing in yourself and in building up yourself, what I would suggest is start with reading a book, invest in a book, write a book. And I mean, read a book, okay? And a good book, okay? If you need questions on, if you have questions on what book do I recommend, write them down, and I would do another video on that would really help, but at the point, if you're at the point that you are not able to hire a coach, it's not time to hire a coach then. If you don't have the income, to put aside to hire a coach, what I would suggest that you do is you save money, okay? Save money towards developing yourself in the future. But at this stage, buy a book and do whatever it says in that book. And I can assure you that if you actually take those steps, you're already 90% more than 90% of the world. Okay, you're better already if you start to take actions. Even just by listening to this morning, you're already steps higher than a lot of people. Okay, or whatever time you're watching this. Okay, so I want to encourage you that inside of you, what you do well. Okay, it could even be cooking. Okay, you can start a service providing, a cooking service, where you're either bringing grocery to people or you're bringing, food to people, and you package it in such a way that it's not just, McDonald's. You design a solution. Busy moms or busy professional meal on the go, okay? Something like that. That you're not just selling the product, which is the food, you're selling a package, which is a solution to people. And people will pay you depending on who you go to. You don't want to go sell, what you really have that is treasure. You don't want to sell it in a place where people cannot afford it. Okay, so what you want is, because if you're looking for extra 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, the list goes on, every month, I want you to master how to maximize what you have and turn it into money. Okay, I didn't hear from you guys, but I'm glad for all the thumbs up. And on that note, I'm going to try to wrap up today, but I'm really, really glad. Let me see those of you that are there with me. Hey, Huzamaka, it's very good to see you today. Hope, is really good to see you, Hope. And let's see who else is there. Yeah, so thank you so much, Destiny. Thank you so much, all of you, for joining me live this morning. And if you have questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. And I believe this video also will soon go to YouTube. And when if you're here and you're not subscribed on my YouTube channel, I'm going to put a link to this also so that you can, be a subscriber also in YouTube. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. God bless you, and keep going for whatever it is that God is putting in your heart. There's a lot of money everywhere. Just to wrap up, if you look around the world, you see the way sometimes you hear somebody saying $1 billion this, $1 billion that, and you're wondering, where are all this money coming from? Trust me, there's money everywhere. Okay, the question is, the ones that are controlling the money are the ones that are solving problems. So you have to ask yourself, what can I do? How can I make sure that even from the comfort of my own home, or with the little time that I have after work and after, all these sort of responsibilities that I have, what can I turn to money in that? Okay, so don't stop until you find that. And again, don't, I'd like you to leave questions so that I can know where you are and what your questions are, and then I can, help answer them later on in the week. All right, God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.